the Great Pyramid of Giza, whether you know it or not, builds outwards from what's known as the Christ angle, and the entire Great Pyramid predicts the coming of Christ, the coming of Jesus Christ, and his or her return on October 31st of 2039. Now, that means also that the pyramid predicts that you would have a massive influx in the population of Earth, to which we're at about 8 billion now, and that population would be wiped out. In other words, the theater and the temple has to be cleared before the next batch of people come in. And so that happens before 2039. Now, supposedly, while this great culling of the population exists, there is a sign in the sky that is scheduled to occur in 2034, where every UFO, every mothership in this sector of the galaxy becomes visible for one day, and they just fix the planet. They clean the atmosphere, clean out radiation, do whatever they do, put the planet back in its proper orbit, which is being done by these ginormous earthquakes, by the way. The axis of the planet's being moved, so it's back in alignment with galactic center, which is a whole other story. But in 2034, there's this sign in the sky. These things appear, called the ring makers, I might add, and they just disappear. They don't really help us. They're sort of like the highway patrol or the way high patrol that just cleans everything out. And then in 2039, according to the prophecy of the Great Pyramid, there's another Messiah that incarnates, and that Messiah is the Christ, is the Christos consciousness. And then people start reincarnating back in. By 2040, 2050, everything's great. Technology's being used. Anti-gravity's been cracked. The Earth really does become a paradise. But right now, we're at the end of this. We're at the beginning of the 6th day in 7,000 years of prophecy. So the 6th day is when, on the Friday, is when you clean the temple, you wash out the blood, you wash out all the sacrifices. And then the 7th day, which is the day of rest, is actually represented by the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid. That doesn't even start till the 29th century. So, I mean, we have a long ways to go, but it all has to do with consciousness. And the consciousness is, you've got the children of light who are incarnating on an upward path towards ascension, towards the salvation of consciousness with the help of messianic figures. And you have the children of darkness that are being influenced by the Alpha Draconian, or the Vril, if you will, the dark Vril reptiles, going down to the pit, who will eventually, even though they're offered redemption, are eventually destroyed. So, and my job here, and it's been my oath all along, and it's been why I've been behind Sci-Fi Channel and Unsolved Mysteries and Coast to Coast and all the things that I've done, and haven't really profited from any of it, was my vow as a Tibetan monk and as a Christian, to work for the enlightenment of all sentient beings, and that includes humans and animals. So it's that's what I do.